This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. See, there is current playbook. Okay. So current playbook already. Just Sushant, I got your money. Just I think just now you inserted it. Send it. So okay. So yesterday, so last class we saw this playbook. Okay. So that installing all the stuff and okay. Same thing. So we'll see one more module or one more plugin. So we have one more thing, one more plugin, handlers. Okay, handlers plugin. It's also default. Okay? So default plugin. Okay, the default module. So like handlers means so like no, like kind of dependency. For example, I have task one. So task two. Okay, so task one and task two. Okay, so if I with my current playbook, with my current you are on mute. Okay, if you want to talk, just unmute and talk. Okay, so I kept it in mute. Okay, right. So for example, right, I have to task one and task two. So with my current playbook, okay, so if task one is changed, okay, changed. So then only, okay, so my second task, my play, so then only my second task, okay, so task two will execute. For example, just something is kind of dependency. For example, I have task one and task two. Task one, right, okay, with my current playbook, okay, with my current playbook only, if task one is changed, something that okay, yellow color, something is right, that changed, then only task two will execute. If nothing is changed with my task one with my current playbook, then task two will not execute. So if we take it scenario, so in task one, so okay, I will install the HTTPD. Okay, in task two, we'll just restart the services. But just for example, okay, here right, with my current playbook, if I install task, if I install HTTPD, so then only my task two means it will restart my service. So if you don't know, if it will not change anything with my current playbook, task one is not, okay, so nothing is changed, then task two will not execute. It's kind of dependency. Okay, once task one did something or some changes, then only my task two will trigger. Otherwise, so it will not trigger. Okay, Chandra, Sushant?
Yes, Ram.
Chandra, any questions here?
Okay.
Simple, yeah. It's because of with my current playbook, something is changed in my task one, but then only task two will trigger. So otherwise, okay, so task two will not trigger. I will show you. So just take same playbook, whatever we discussed last class. we have to have the same syntax. Okay, so otherwise no, it will not execute. So under T, so we have to give the handlers. Okay, see now. Okay, so just this is my one task here, right? So I given some notify statement, notify some variable, some name, whatever ABCD XYZ, some name. Okay, so some notify some variable, right? So okay, what it will do, whatever the task, whatever it may be. If this task is changed with my current playbook, so then what it will do? So okay, so it will, okay, you can see here. So okay, some notify. This statement will notify to handlers. Okay, I'll explain. Okay, so here I have some tasks, whatever module that are to your wish. Okay, here, okay, so I give some notify statement, some variables, whatever, some ABCD XYZ, some whatever you wish. So okay, whenever write, so this task current playbook, which my current playbook, so then my notify, okay, will notify to handlers. How will notify? You can see here. Okay, so because of this variable, okay, same variable name with caps or whatever small. Okay, same here. If you give ABC, you also same ABC. Like same name. Okay, so because of this name only. Okay, if something is changed, something is changed here with my current playbook, then so this notification will send to here. If the both are sync, so then only whatever. Okay, so this service module or this command will execute. Okay, here that if nothing is changed, okay, with my current playbook, so then my notify will not send to handlers.
So that means
Whenever something is changed,
so every time you have to mention notify before the handlers, right? Is that the
yes,
okay?
Yeah. But up to so this is mandatory. Okay, so using handlers in your all the playbooks, they're not mandatory. Just we have an option, that's it. If you want, you can use it, otherwise you can ignore it. Yeah, okay, so that, okay, so okay, Gaurav, sorry, okay, Chandra, Sushant. So this is not mandatory. Okay, based upon your scenario, based on your request, so you can use it. Otherwise, just you can ignore it. So you don't need to follow all the playbooks in the handler section. So here, okay, if something is changed, okay, for example, right here, if this is changed with my current playbook, so then my notify will send it will notify to the my handler section with this name. Okay, so then only so this will execute. Otherwise, it will not execute. This we have one option. If you want, you can use it. Otherwise, it is not mandatory to use in all your playbooks. Okay, Sushant, Chandra.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So just I will execute this playbook, so you will come to know. Ansible. Ansible playbook. So here you can see, you can't see any. So that handler section. Here you can't see any handler section. Okay, handler section. Why? Because so I mentioned for the notify and handler for. Okay, so here for okay, so the installing HTTPD, right? Installing HTTPD. Already it was there. So you can see, right? If you see here, it was there, nothing is changed. You can see green color means nothing is changed. So if nothing is changed, so then your handler section will not execute. Okay, so that's here you can't see any handler section. Now what I will do, I will remove manually. I will remove the HTTPD. So sudo yum remove HTTPD. Just manually I'm removing. Okay, in master. So manually I'm removing HTTPD. So then we'll see difference. Manually I'm removing. So to remove manually, if any package yum remove package name, okay, it will remove the, okay, just manually. Just now just executed playbook. So after removing some, okay, the package, now we can see the difference. In agent already it was there, you can see. So in master, right, so in agent nothing changed, in agent nothing changed, in master changed. Okay, if you see here running handler, so handler is running only in the master, you can see here, not in agent. Why? Because in agent nothing is changed, so that's why handler is not running agent. So it's running only in the master. Why? Because in master something is changed, whatever I defined. Okay, Sushant, Chandra.
Yes, yes.
See manually system CTL status HTTPD system CTL. So manually we can check whether that particular daemon is running or not. You can see it's running. So here that I given the restart something, right? So use service module. Okay, running. Same thing if you want to stop, okay, something whatever that, okay. So based on your scenario, so you can use the handlers, but not mandatory. Sometimes initially they will ask. So okay, so just prepare this one. That's it. Okay, right. So any questions, Chandra or Sushant?
No, we are good.
Okay, right. So that's one playbook. So okay. So you see other playbook. Any idea about inputs? If you see like Python or a shell script, we can use the user input. Like, what is your name? What is your age? Something we can use some user input. We can prompt the user input. Same thing in Ansible also. We can okay. So we can use that type of inputs. This is right. Any shell scripting and all. Okay, it will prompt something. What is your name? So what is your name? Okay. So okay, so here we have to input, we have to give our name, right? Same thing. Okay, so in Ansible also we can create the type of the user inputs. I will copy paste playbook here to save our time and but in our case don't copy paste anything, type manual at least, okay, first time. But here just save our time and so I'm doing copy paste. So host already we knows, user already we knows, sudo already we knows, connection. Okay, so connection already discussed by default SSH. If you don't mention, by default SSH. Okay, if you don't mention, by default Linux to Linux, Unix to Unix, by default SSH. Okay, gather facts, this thing just ignore, we'll discuss later. Okay, so just we'll discuss later, just ignore it, we'll discuss that one later. So now already we see here, if you see this thing, so here, right, just I'm prompting. Okay, so using some prompt also, same thing, right? If you see anything, any idea about Python or shell script to give like a user inputs? Any idea? In any scripting, Python, whatever, bash, anything. there are some keywords will be there. Okay, it will
Yeah,
give
those
user
are
inputs.
yeah, library defined functions, right?
Yeah, so if you see here, for example, right? For example, take Python. Okay, if you take Python, in Python, right? So we have some input function. Input function. Okay, if you define input function, right? So it will prompt the okay, whatever message we given. Same thing in shell script. We have read function. Read function. Okay, just using these functions, right? So we can define we can take the user inputs, like what is your name, what is your age, this kind of things. And any idea, any scripting, this type of user inputs?
No, I'm not aware of.
Chandra, you said you are working on the pedal scripting. Pedal scripting also you may have something, right? Like kind of user
No,
inputs.
actually, not the Perl script. I used to write long time back shell scripting. So read off, write off, and all those functions we used to use, like grep, set, same, like that way.
Okay, right. So same thing. Okay, so here also, right? Okay, so in Ansible, right? So we have the prompt function, the prompt plugin. This is default one, default one. Default module or plugin. We're using prompt at the where's prompt. Okay, so prompt. So we can define the user input. You see here. So you can see where's underscore prompt. Okay. Just some kind of variable. I'm defining the input variable. So name is equal to some variable. Prompt some message. Okay. Prompt some message. If I execute this playbook, right? So this message will display to user. Whatever I given where, okay, the prompt, so which package needs to install. So this message will display to, so will, okay, so user, for example, if user, okay, give input ABC, for example, ABC, okay, ABC. So this okay, so input will save in variable, this variable, whatever I given this, okay, for the PKG name, whatever. So okay, so this input will save into in this variable. So this variable I'm passing here. Here I'm using M module. Okay, M modules. I'm trying to install something based on user input. Okay, using prompt. So prompt message will display to user. If user, okay, so give some input, some ABC or XYZ, whatever. So this input will save into this package. So this variable. So this variable. Yeah. Again, I will explain. Simple. Okay. I'm using like kind of variables. Okay, so kind of variable whereas underscore prompt variable prompt. Okay, so I'm using prompt function or prompt plugin or module. Okay, so I'm giving some message here. If it's playbook, right, so this message will display to the user. If user give some x here, this x will store into this variable, whatever variable I given, the package variable. Okay, this variable I'm referring here, I'm calling here. Okay, Chandra, Prashant.
Yeah.
Chandra, any question, Chandra?
No, good.
Okay, just save it. Okay, Ansible. So if you see, you can see which package needs to install. Here I'm typing here. You can't see. I'm typing here. I type some whatever. Okay. I'm typing here, but you can't see some nothing you can't see. Because this is a kind of security.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if you see, you can see I typed this thing. But you can't see what I typed here. But security. If you want to make some private something, so then okay. So security. Anyway, the KKKK. So we don't have that package name. That's why it's failed. So by default, okay, by default. So use private. Okay, so private, yes, by default. Private, no, by default will be yes. Means it will not show you what you are typing there. Okay, by default it will be private yes. Now I'm giving private no. Private no means we can see what I'm typing. Just run. Some syntax error. Okay. But maybe private is not a valid attribute for a play. So give here private no. So syntax error. So now okay, now we can see what we can see what I'm typing. This is by default private yes. Okay, we want just some security. Okay, so if you want to see what you are typing, then mention the private no. Okay, so here I will give something, some like whatever some package. Okay, then I'm using m module, right? Okay, so here I will give just give some whatever you want to install. What I want to install, give some SQL. Yes, some SQL. No package matching SQL, so there is no package with SQL with the name of SQL, so that's why it's failed. Give any other thing, give me any other package, whatever. So whatever package you require, or git, yum, or telnet, we installed that. Yeah, we telnet, we installed git. Any other package, Linux? No. MongoDB, some name, some package. MongoDB will see. So no package by default is not there. Okay, then I'll go for git. Go git. So you can see here git okay means already it was there. So that's why you can see the okay. So any other thing? Whatever you can see, will try to install. Sorry, which one?
Secure FTP or something.
Sorry.
SFTP is also packaged, right? Like
Yes,
telnet.
SFT. Yeah, SFT. Okay.
SFTP.
SFTP. Yes, SFTP. No package available matching SFTP. Is the correct name SFTP?
I think yeah, SFTP is a package, yeah.
Okay, so you will get wget. Okay, so I installed wget. So wget is one of the tool to download something from online, from net. Okay, so like that. Okay, so you can see it's changed. Okay, so using prompt, so we can define the user inputs.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the thing. So any questions, Chandra, Sushant?
No, good, sir.
Yeah, good.
Okay, right. So, Sushant, you practiced some playbooks, not practiced.
Yes, Ram, what is that?
So, did you practice some playbooks? What? Not play. Not.
I'm feeling bad to say,
No,
but no.
Okay, right. Okay. Just practice. Okay. So if you don't practice it, you will forget after some time, right? Maybe after 1 week or 2 weeks, you will not remember anything what we discussed. Just please practice.
Right.
Okay. Take some time. Okay. At least. Okay. So the weekend or something. Okay. I know you people are busy. But
Yeah.
just please practice.
No, we'll practice, Ram. Fine, sometime.
So that is the prompt module. Okay. So if you go there. if we practice it, then we can discuss the important playbooks and all. Okay, so then we'll see the dry run. So okay, so we have one more thing. So dry run. Dry run means it's kind of no. You can run the dry run. You can check the error, syntax error, something. Syntax error, something. Okay, so take in your playbook. So we take any one playbook. What playbook I have? Take this playbook. I'm removing this. Okay, so handlers are not required now. We're discussing. Okay. Okay. The playbook already just leave it here. Let's put it there, right? Yeah. Just I'm writing some simple playbook here. Just try something HTTP only I'm going to here. HTTP state is equal to present. Okay. So already we know this thing. Already we discussed this thing, right? So for example, right? Okay. Here what I'm doing. So manually I'm removing again. So M remove HTTPD -s. So manually I'm removing in master. Manually I'm removing. So you go. Just give some okay. Here wantedly I'm giving the some syntax error. Here I remove space. I remove space. I remove space here. Run now. Run the playbook with a run. With a dry run. So -. So check. -. Check means dry run. So here, right? Just to if you give -. Check means I'm running on dry run. Means to check the any syntax errors. Just execute. See here. So okay, it will check the syntax errors. If any syntax errors, then it will display. Okay, if any syntax errors, it will display. Okay. So again, okay, here that if you see here, I don't have space. I don't have the some space, all the stuff under. Here I have syntax errors. So that's why then it will list out. So you can see here some scanner exception like so line 4. Line 4 means this one 1, 2, 3, 4. This is line 4. Okay, so line 4. There are some okay, some syntax errors. Just to display. If you give -. Check. If you don't have any syntax errors, if you will correct. If everything is there, now everything is correct.
So what did you?
You can see here. I mentioned that.
Why did you use the dry run module? The check is nothing but the dry run module.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So if I use -. Check, okay, so it will check. It will display. It will list out if any syntax errors. Okay. So already now you said that if you don't have any syntax errors, then we'll see how it will react. Here I don't have any syntax. You can see my playbook. I'm trying to install the HTTPD. Okay. So I don't have any syntax errors. Okay. Now I will execute -. Check with -. Check. So just sudo, because if you want to install something, we require sudo, right? In playbook, you can mention sudo yes, or in command, in execution command also you can mention the -s. Okay, so here you can see that. So if I check, I don't have any syntax. If you have any syntax errors, it will display like this. Okay, that's okay. If you don't have any syntax, okay, if you don't have any syntax errors, you can see here. So what does this means? Something is changed, right? Actually,
Right.
Gaurav, Chandra?
Yeah, right.
If you
But
see
first
that,
you remove and
if
then
you
you
see,
correct it, right? So
if you see, okay, it will not install anything. This is not the actual package. Here you can see something is changed, but actually in master I can see the changed. But if you see actually using manually, okay, so nothing is installed. This is not the actual package. Okay, so nothing is installed. Means to not install anything. If you give if I check, if everything is correct, the syntax and everything is correct, it will not install anything, but it will restore the scatter mirroring output or duplicate output. Okay, so but in backend it will not install anything. It will not do anything. Okay, just right. So it will restore the, so that it kind of like no duplicate output or mirroring output. Okay, but actually it will not install anything. If you see here, I give it here. If you see, you can see yellow color changed, but actually it is not installed. This is not actually package. This is not actually package. Okay, so it is not installed anything. Okay, Chandra, Sushant.
yeah. So basically, dry run is only used to get the syntax errors. Manually also you'll get the error rate, but that won't be that much specific. That's why we use this dry run syntax. Huh?
If it is any syntax, if you don't, it will use the, but it back it will not install anything. Okay, just you will come to know how it will output and all that. Okay, so but actually it will not change anything in backend. If you see here, so I give -, check. Okay, so here I can see yellow color change, but if we come to here, nothing is installed. Just remove check, then you will come to know the difference. Okay. So again it will show yellow color only. You can see again it will show yellow color.
Okay.
Install the actual package. So you can see. So before it was not there. Just it will restore the output. That's it. So the actual, but actually it will not install, not change anything. It will give the some kind of duplicate output. For your reference only. It's only for our reference. It will give some duplicate output. Okay, Chandra, Sujant.
Yeah, Ram.
Any questions here? Any questions?
No.
So take any other playbook, any existing playbook or whatever. Nothing is there. Okay, the playbook is there. Take any one playbook. So existing playbook or new playbook. So okay, whatever. Okay. But all playbook I mentioned in the invitation, and also I'll give you my GitHub link. In my GitHub link, I have all my playbooks you can download. I'll show you how to download. But at least first time, right? At least not first time. At least 1 or 2 times. Don't copy paste. Type manually. You take time also, no problem. So at least two times or 3 times type manually. So then only you will come to know. So that's where you need to give colon, space, hyphens, all the stuff.
Right.
Take any other playbook, same playbook or existing playbook and all. Anyway, here handless already Windows, right? Already handless Windows. Next time we remove it. Okay, so already we know this thing. Okay, already we know what is this all this modules already we know. Yeah, right. So what I'm doing in the first task or some task or second task, the second task. Okay. The second task in the I'll give some syntax error. You can see here I removed space here. I removed space here. I given some syntax error. I given some syntax error. Okay. I given some syntax error. Now right. Okay. You see, my first task is correct. I don't have any errors. In second task, I have some syntax error. But in my third task, I have correct. I don't have any syntax errors. In third task, I have correct syntax, right? Now we will see whether all three tasks it will execute or it will exit wherever it find errors. We'll see now. Just execute this playbook. You will come to know. HTTPD. If you see here, my first task is correct. Okay. So my first task is correct. So where I have a syntax error, in second task I have syntax error. But in third task also I don't have any error. My third task also everything looks fine. Only where I have error is only in the first task, second task. Okay. But if you see here, my playbook is nothing is okay. My first task is not executed, and third task also not executed. It is exit from the my play. It's throwing some error. It's throwing some error, right? So okay. At least it should install the, it should execute the first task, right? But it's not executing because of because of this syntax errors. Okay. So okay, to avoid this type of issues, right, we can use the some exception errors. So for example, wherever you feel this is some error, then you can mention the ignore errors. Ignore errors. Yes. Yes means okay, just it will ignore the errors. That's it. Simply skip the error. Remaining task will execute. I'll show you. Name service. Okay. See, just pull this output, set that statement, and run the. No, yes, some error. We have some error. Where some error? Single key, line number 10. Tasks where state installed. No, at least it should run the first. Okay, the first task. In the first task, we don't have any. Where name. Any errors in first task? Nothing is there, right? Any spelling mistakes in the
No space after copy, right? On the past task.
In first task, leave second task. In first task, I think I don't have any errors, right? So why it is not installing? What is the error? Exception type is kernel. Line number 10, any people. But in the first task, I don't have any errors. It should run. It should run from the first task. Okay, let's leave it. Okay, just I will remove this one. Okay. I write the one playbook, simple playbook. All simple yes tasks one name. So install git So name with state is equal to present second something install connect name is equal to present state is equal to present. Okay, so something else. So in my second task, I'll give some error, some syntax error. But first task is correct. I don't have anything here in errors. In second task, wantedly I given the some syntax errors. Just run this thing. You'll see what will happen. What is happening here? Playbook exception. At least you should initiate. Okay. But okay, the play or something you should initiate.
Is a colon missing or something?
Most tasks collectively just give correct syntax. Give correct syntax. You'll see. Okay, it is executing. You can see here it's executing. Okay, so if I give it correctly, it's executing. It's executing. But if I given so any syntax errors, maybe in second task itself, maybe second task, but my first task is correct. Everything is correct. I don't have any issues with my first task. Okay, the second task only. Okay, I'm giving. I have some syntax errors. To execute this playbook. Okay, at least the first task is not executing. It's not executing, right? So what I'll do in second task. So I'll do errors. Maybe that's the problem. Errors. No errors. Yes. Just I mentioned the statement. Ignore errors. Then we'll see. Just save it. No, something is mistake. Ignore errors also.
Will there be a space after colon? Oh, okay.
Ignore underscore errors. Ignore. So yeah, it should skip this error. If you mention ignore errors, okay. If you have any errors, syntax errors in the particular task, you should skip. But it's not skipping. Ignore underscore errors. Ignore underscore errors. Yes. Mention yes only.
Is it case sensitive now? Because
oh, not case sensitive. Not case sensitive. It's correct only. Maybe any version related. Ignore spelling corrected. Ignore underscore errors. Maybe any version. Good, true. That is true. No. So syntax error while loading appears between. If you mention ignore red, if any syntax errors, okay, so just it will skip, but it's not skipping. Okay. Just skip, okay. So here what I will do, so here I will give correct syntax. So the first task I will give in the wrong syntax. Just a minute. It's execute. Don't know why. errors. Ignore errors. Yes. Ignore underscore errors. Ignore underscore errors. Why it is not executing me? So yes, task name install m market name bit state present ignore underscore errors. Yes. Here, right, if you mention this thing, okay, there's something, any errors, any syntax errors, just it will skip, and it will go to the second next task. But here it is not working. What's the issue? It was working previously, but now not working. Means any changes in that Ansible itself, any version something on that. No, I'll copy paste this command. This playbook will see. It should run. If not run means any changes in here, Ansible in version something. So here. Okay, right, I got it. This playbook is working. Don't why? What's the problem with the last playbook? If you see here, here red has some okay, some wrong command. If you see, here, so this command is wrong. Whatever the ABCD, we don't do any command with ABCD. But okay, so if you want to change anything on that, so you will change. Okay, anything I will expect. Command means is equal to cell module. You see that command module. So command module is equal to cell module. Okay, already knows what is the cell. Using cell module, we can pass the direct command, right? So whatever the direct command. Same thing using command module also. So is both the same. Okay, is equivalent to command module is equivalent to cell module. Okay. Here I mentioned the some bin ABCD. I think we don't have any command with ABCD. So does it fail? So here I given the ignore errors. Yes, means in this task, if any errors, any syntax error, something, it will skip, it will ignore, and next task. Okay, go, Sushant, Chandra.
Sure. Okay.
So, actually, right. Okay, if you don't mention ignore errors, if you don't mention ignore errors, the playbook will. I'm commenting or deleting. I deleted my ignore errors here. You can see I deleted my ignore errors. So if I delete, if you delete right, so my playbook will fail. It will not go to the second task. You can see here. So whenever it finds some errors, it will exit from play. It will not go to the second task. My second task is correct here. I don't have an issue with my second task. But so whenever it find some syntax error in my first task, it will fail. Entire my playbook will fail. It will not go to the second task. Same thing. If you mention, so if you mention ignore errors, so yes, okay, it will skip the errors for that particular task and it will go to the second, my next task. So you can see here, my first task is find some syntax and it's just ignoring, and it's going to my next task. Here, if you see, whenever it find, so the syntax from there itself it will exit from a play. It will not go to the next task. Okay. Here, if you mention ignore error, it will skip, it will ignore the error, and it will go to the next task. Okay, Chandra? Nishant? Something where sometimes
it will skip that particular task and it will move to the next task, right? It will not completely exit from there.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes if you feel some syntax errors or sometimes you'll, okay, for example, sometimes you fail because of already the existing. You're going to destroy, you're going to create any file or directory or some user and all. Sometimes it still it was there, it exists. So sometimes you get some error, right? Something wherever you feel it will fail or it will throw some error. Yeah, so there you can mention the ignore errors true or yes. If you don't know, if you don't have any errors also, you can mention. For example, okay, if you don't have any syntax errors also, you can mention, no issue. But if you feel somewhere, okay, it will show some error because of any existing packages or existing cache or something, right? So then you can mention the ignore errors. Okay, Chandra, Sushant.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'll show you. If you don't have any syntax error also, you can mention. Okay. For example, if you feel something, okay, it will throw some errors. Okay. So there you can mention the ignore errors. Take in your playbook. I'll show you. You are not there. Playbook. So here, so you can see, just we mention the ignore errors. For example, yeah, if you feel it will throw some error. If you want to ignore the errors, then you can mention the ignore that statement. Okay. So can have exception error. Okay, exception error. So you can ignore the exceptions, the errors. Okay, right. So any questions, Chandra or Sushant?
No good, sir.
Okay, fine. So that is the one thing. So this is the one thing. Yeah. So one more thing. Take same playbook or any whatever that up to your wish. Okay, you can take same playbook or you can write a new playbook. So here also, so what I will do, I will add one more task. I will add one more task here. So name from whatever task you require. So you can mention. See any other mode. So the take any one task, any simple task, any different module, whatever. Okay. So name which you can do. Okay, so date. Something create directly. Whatever you require. Okay. So some task that's it. Create directly. What I will do. So using cell module. I will create the web directory. Yes. temp test something something whatever you requested. So here if you feel it will throw some error because of existing file or existing directory, simply you could mention the ignore errors. But if it is already was there, sometimes it will throw some errors, right? So if you feel like that, just you can mention that. So this thing. Okay, right. So here, right, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 tasks. Okay, I will execute my playbook. Okay, I will execute. So just execute. Okay, so here you can see I have 3 tasks. I have so 3 tasks here in my playbook. But I have some few tasks. 100, just not a number. Some number. Say some number. I have some 100 tasks in my playbook. 10 tasks in my playbook. I don't want to run all 10 tasks. So I have some 10 tasks in my playbook. Okay, in my playbook, 10 some number, 10, 5 or 100, whatever, some 20, some number. Okay, I have 10 tasks in my playbook. I don't want to execute all 10 tasks. I want to execute particular. For example, only task 5 I want to execute, or task 5 and 6 I want to execute. Some few tasks, only one task, or few tasks only I want to execute within my playbook. So then we have one concept, tags concept. Okay, simple here. I have 10 tasks. I don't want to execute all 10 tasks in my playbook. I want to execute some specific tasks, some few tasks, maybe one task or 2, 3, some specific tasks. So using tags concept, so we can execute the some specific task or specific tasks, maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay, Chandra, you got this scenario. In this 10 tasks, I don't want to execute all 10. I want to execute only number 5 and number 6, or only number 5 or only number 6, some particular task. So then using tags concept, we can achieve the scenario. Okay, Sushant, Chandra.
Yeah, Ram.
So this is very important, very important in production, in interview also. Okay. So they'll ask, hey boss, in my playbook I have some 10 and 20 tasks. I don't want to execute all 20. I want to execute only few tasks, maybe one task or 2, 3, 4, 5, some specific tasks. How to execute? So using tags concept, we can execute. So if you see my playbook, I have 3 tasks. I don't want to execute all 3. I want to execute only 1 or 2, or some specific. For that, we'll go for the tags concept. Simple. Okay, so here define one tag for that. Define a tag for your specific tag, specific task. For example, this is what is this? Something. Okay. So some tag, yes, just some tagging. So give some name. I'll give some ABCD. For this ABCD. Okay. So for this, some name. Tagging means some name, right? For this, I'll give HTTPD. For this, I'll give some name. Okay. Some meaningful names. That's it.
But then you have to
this
mention
give
task name, right? Or you can.
so not task name. Whatever that up to your wish, whatever you want you can mention it. ABCD, XYZ, your name, my name, that meaningful names, whatever you want you can mention it. For this directory, some directory I mentioned. So something, some tagged. I just okay. I give some tags. Okay, I tagged with some name, whatever. This names your wish. ABCD, your name, my name, something that up to your wish. That meaningful names. Okay. Just here, right? I given. Just I tagged for each task. For each task, Okay, okay. So I define some tag. Save it. Okay, so just execute with the tag name. For example, cat. So fail.yml. So Ansible playbook. Okay, yes, if you want playbook name. Here I want to write. So I want to execute that my task two. Then mention the use hyphen tag your tag name. What's my tag name here? This one. You can see here. I'm running my playbook with specific tag name. Here again, hyphen tag, my tag name means in this case, only this task will execute. Just enter. You can see only the, just ignore this. This is a default one. Ignore that. You can see here only the particular task, whatever I given the tag, my command, only the particular tag task is executed here. Okay, Chandra, Sushant.
So basically, can you go to that file, that XML, that YML file, the playbook? So, so where is the tag HTTP hostname master task?
It is there, right?
Okay, so you executed tag HTTP. So say in tag ABD, if you mention ABD and you removed HTTPD, will it execute both of them or just one? So can you remove tag HTTPD? What I'm saying is, like, every task now you're asking.
I got it.
So if you remove that tag HTTP and you just run tag ABD. So
okay.
Yeah.
I commented here. So ABD here it will run only ABD, I think so. You can see. Because I'm running my playbook with the tag name, right? Whatever tag you mentioned here, only that particular task only it will execute.
Okay. Even if there is no tag to the other subsequent tasks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to run multiple tasks, comma, the different other tag name. So here, other tag name is I have selected the directory. If you want multiple tags, comma.
Got it.
So here you can see. So okay, this is one. Okay. Okay, Sushant, Chandra.
Yeah.
So basically, tag concept is used to select the type of tag which we want to execute, correct? Suppose there are multiple. Okay.
Exactly.
So do we need to do the name of the selected tag in the command, whichever we want to run, or yeah, that is the only way, I guess.
Sorry, no, I didn't get it. Hello. Chandra, you were saying something?
Yeah, so we need to give the name of the tag, right, which we want to execute, like whatever you have given ABD or.
Yeah, here I given it. Yeah, like this.
Okay, got it. Okay. Okay.
Sushant, you understand, right?
Yes, Ram.
Okay. So just assume that, okay, along with my tags, so okay, I have one scenario. One particular task needs to run always. Okay. So just assume that, okay, here I have ABD, I have directory. So this particular task, okay. So regardless of my tags, okay, it should run always. If I don't mention also, the particular task needs to run always. Then mention always, okay, always. You can see here, for this task I given always. This is a unique queue. This is the default one, always. If I don't mention always, okay, also that particular task will execute always along with other tasks. Sorry. send. So if you see here, I mentioned only ABD, right? Along with this ABD, wherever I have Control C, cat tail. You can see my playbook here. Okay, this is my playbook. Okay, if you see here, okay, I'm running my playbook with only tag ABD. Okay, so along with this tag ABD, and also this task also will execute. Why? Because here I given always. Okay, so along with this tag, wherever you mentioned always, the task also will execute. So you can see here I mentioned only ABD. So along this my tag, wherever I mentioned always, so the task also automatically by default it will execute. The always is the default in Q1. So if you want to run a particular task with always along with other tags, so you can mention it, okay, like this.
Can we use any loops or something like for loop or?
Yeah, yes, that we'll discuss. Yeah, we have conditions, we have loops, we'll discuss.
Okay.
Yes, we have conditions, we have loops, we'll discuss later.
Okay.
Okay, Chandra, Sushant.
Yeah.
So this is very important, okay, in interview or production also. The tag concept very important. Okay, so that is the tags. So now what is the time? 9:40. So here that almost all majors, okay, so we completed. Loops conditions we are okay, we'll discuss. First of all, you have to practice. Just please practice, okay, at least. If you don't practice right, it's very difficult to understand for you also.
Right.
Okay.
Chandra, you practiced?
Chandra didn't practice. Any questions, Chandra, Sushant?
No, sir. No, Ram. As of now, we are good, I guess. Let us practice for some time, then we can have the class. What do you say, Chandra?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Sushant, I got your money, okay? So
Yeah, and so basically, Ram, that is like 5K for Chandra and 5K for me, and we'll
okay,
transfer
no
the.
problem. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So,
Good, sir.
okay, so can we continue? We have 20 more minutes. Can we continue? Or we'll stop?
That's fine, I guess, for today.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
We can have tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll skip Chandra, or what we'll do? What do you want to do?
Your wish, sir. If we want to, like, if we want like practice, then we'll go ahead with another day, right? Day after tomorrow.
Tomorrow also US election, right?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Then
We'll skip tomorrow.
we'll read the documentation and we'll try to practice, right? So maybe we'll meet on Wednesday night.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll update you, Ram. So let's skip tomorrow. So we should be done.
Sure.
I think we should practice some of these playbooks.
At least, yes, at least some, okay, just at least one time. It's very easy. Just spend 2 hours or 3 hours. It will finish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Just ping me. Whether you're going to jail or not, just ping me. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Sure. Thank you, Ram.
Thank you, sir. Bye.